Okay, so I love using Nearpod for my online lessons, but I struggle with how to set up my monitors to get the most for the students I'm teaching that are in class and those students that are absent without showing the students answers for everybody to see. And I think I got this set up. I'm going to go and make myself a little bit more presentable and then teach my lesson, and I will update you on what happens afterwards. Hey, it's Keisha Williams with the Science Mentor, and my setup worked really well. It did what I needed it to do, and it was so simple to set up. Okay, this is my 3-screen setup, and I'm going to try not to move this around too much, but you can see me talking right here. The middle screen is what I am presenting to the students, is what I presented to the students. And I came out of the student mode before I even thought about it, just so excited that it worked. But I set it back up so that we could see it. But this is what I'm presenting to the students. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because this actually has some GIFs in it that does not show up, or I haven't figured out or took the time to figure out how to get that to show up for in Nearpod. Now, this is my student facing Nearpod screen. It's on the second one. They do not see this. This is not shared. So that way I can see what students are doing without the names popping up when they're doing their work, and it's on a shared screen in the main view here. What students will see, and I thought it was going to be an issue, but it wasn't. So when I have an activity, this is what is shown. The students that are in class just know, hey, we got this activity to do. And those that are absent are just basically, well, I guess we missed the activity. But when I am talking about it, I realize, hey, they get to hear what that activity was about. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't for them at home, but at least it gives them an idea of what that activity was. And hopefully it would encourage them to make sure they come on to class. I'm just saying. Now, this third screen is my work screen. This is where I put the images. All of my students' images was here. My task board. I still like to have my preview over here. Usually this is, I don't know. I just like that. That's my little comfort zone. I have the online course open. I was able to pull up another tab and pull up anything that I needed to look up super quick. So this gave me my teacher workspace, and it actually worked out. So what this did for me was it provided a way for students that were absent to still get a full recording of the lesson, for me to monitor my students in Nearpod, get their answers and look at that without displaying all of that information in the recording. I noticed that some students were still a little hesitant because they saw their names in the recordings. So this provided a way for that not to happen. And you know what? It worked. So if you haven't seen it before, I have a 3-screen setup, and I have my laptop closed and hooked up to a docking station on my desk. 2 of the 27-inch monitors are hooked into the docking station, with the 3rd monitor hooked directly into my laptop. I love it. It is now challenging for me to work on just 2 monitors. And while I have had to make it work with 1 monitor, that was very painful. While I love it, if you are working fine on 2 monitors and don't want to expand, don't. And yes, I had to get a bigger desk because it does take up some real estate there, but they're lifted and I can put things underneath. I will do a different video that shows my setup when my desk is not so messy. But if you have a way to set this up to where you can have your students monitor your students and yet keep the privacy of your students to encourage more participation, drop that in the chat. Let me know. And if this was helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for stopping by to watch my vlog.